Some great games this weekend. Our game of the week, as you can see, is NYCFC versus Orlando. Battle of almost rivals because they came into the league at the same time 2 years ago, and both teams have done all right. I think New York City has definitely done better so far out of the two seasons, but this year Orlando's really making a run out of it. They beat this last weekend LA 2-1. I thought watching that game, I thought that LA they got a late equalizer, and I thought they would go ahead and be a tie. But Kyle Larin with a great goal and injury time to grab the 2-1 win there for Orlando, and they're still they haven't lost yet at their new stadium. So Orlando looks really good.
Yeah, both teams had rough first seasons coming in, which was expected. New York obviously has more of a complete team than Orlando has had since they've started in the league. But coming right off the beginning of the season, Kaká goes down hurt again. Orlando fans, the first thing going through your minds must have been, it's going to be the same old woes again, just going through the motions right over again, just going to start losing. But they've done the exact opposite. They've been playing like I'm sure the fans have expected them to play since they've been in the league. Kyle Larin doing exactly what he's supposed to do, what's expected of him. For once, score more than a goal in a game.
Canadians are happy for him right now.
Yeah.
There's a couple bright Canadian players in the MLS. You got Kyle Larin. You also have Alphonso Davies, who's 16 years old, playing in Vancouver, and who's being scouted by teams like Manchester United. And he'll stay in the MLS for another 2 years because he won't be able to leave legally until he's 18, which is interesting. But the kid, if you're being scouted by United, that usually means you're good. We've seen in times before with players like Freddie Adu, that's not always the case, but usually that means good things. But if there's any Canada national team fans out there, they should be happy. But again, this game should be interesting. Both teams are clicking right now, NYCFC and Orlando. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, Davies might be their own little Pulisic or something. And I'm not even worried about him not leaving for another 2 years, because if he stays in the league for another 2 years, that's 2 years of game experience that he'll get that he probably wouldn't get under Manchester United, which I'm sure they would maybe loan him out or something anyways. But, keep him in the league till he's 18, And that's crazy to say, another 2 years until he's 18, that he's maybe like a sophomore or a junior in high school? Like, what the heck is this? Like, going on this youth movement that seems to be going on worldwide.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck is going on, but, it's very exciting to see.
We're sophomores in college, and whenever their players are 4 years younger than us, that's whenever we start to say, wow, this is like something special.
Yeah.
So it's some great stuff there from those players. Some other games this weekend we have is Toronto versus Chicago. Again, Chicago's been really good. Toronto's been iffy, but that game should be really good. Get Giovinco versus Bastian Schweinsteiger there. That's an interesting draw. Red Bulls versus Columbus. Columbus has also been a team that's been really good. Red Bulls as well has been kind of iffy, but that's another interesting game we have there. And then another big game that's I think whenever people see it, they get excited about, because these are two names that you think about whenever you think about the MLS. LA Galaxy versus the Seattle Sounders. Both teams a little bit different than in past seasons, but LA has some players that are new, players like Roman Alessandri. He scored that goal against over the weekend versus Orlando. He looks really good. He right now he has the best strike rate in the MLS. And Seattle, who we all know can do special things with the players that they have. Who do you see coming out of this game?
At the moment, if Alessandrini could keep scoring, then why not against Seattle? He's playing fantastic. The rest of the team, maybe not as much as they'd like to be. Like you said, as in past years, maybe not as great. But still two heavyweights in the league. Everybody respects teams like Los Angeles and Seattle in this league. Specifically, Seattle coming off the victory of the MLS Cup last season, they proved that they're no team to be messed with. And anytime you got players like Clint Dempsey and Nicholas Ladero, Jordan Morris, that's a pretty scary offensive lineup you're going against. But if you got your players playing the best that they can, there's no reason that LA could come off a winner in this game. Neither of them has played to their full potential, I don't think.
I agree
so
with that.
Far this
I
season.
definitely agree with that. I think these teams are kind of on equal playing fields.
Yeah.
They're kind of mid-table in that Western Conference, so we'll see what happens. I think LA will do that same thing LA always does. Have a kind of rocky beating start, but then they'll really turn on towards the end. But this is a different LA team. This is we're definitely out of the dynasty era that we saw during Landon Donovan's reign. So this is a lot different team. So maybe this year is not necessarily a rebuilding year, but just a year to kind of almost wake that team up. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, if you're at home this weekend, and check out some of those games because they're going to be on, especially those Sunday games. On Sunday, there's LA versus Seattle and NYC versus Orlando. Those will be really good games and some really good soccer for MLS.